Hey everybody, I know it's been some time since my last video, but today I have a new deck list for a deck that has not been featured on the channel yet, which is Umi Control. So we'll get straight into it and I'll give my explanation on why we play the cards throughout the video. So of course we're going to start with 3 copies of the main card, Ocean Dragon Lord Kairyu. Now, Kairyu has the ability, when it is summoned, your opponent cannot control more than one non-water monster on the field. Also, during the main phase, you can add a Kairyu Speller Trap, Sea Stealth Speller Trap from your deck to your hand. This is great getting you into your Sea Stealth 2, which is considered Umi while on field. Of course, this is a level 5, so normal summoning it is a little challenging. You have to have a Legendary Ocean on field to normal summon this. For our second card that we play 3 copies of Electric Jellyfish. Now, Electric Jellyfish is kind of how we get our little combo going. Once again, this is a control-based deck, so combo is not what we're going for. But Electric Jellyfish has the ability to, on normal summon, you can send Umi from deck to grave and special summon a water monster from your hand, usually Kairyu. Its secondary effect allows you to negate a monster or spell. So unfortunately, it does not negate traps, so it isn't a Omni negate, but the monster and spell negate will allow you to add 600 attack, and that attack is permanent unless, of course, it leaves the field or comes back. Moving on, we only played the one Doom Kraken. Now, Doom Kraken isn't necessary for the build, but it does help, especially during the battle phase and removal. So you can bounce a water monster from your field and destroy a card on your opponent's field to special summon this as long as you have Umi on the field. Our next card is going to be Megra Fortress Whale. Now, Megra Fortress Whale has the ability to let us attack directly, which is amazing, especially for like Yubel, because of course you do have to attack, but it doesn't have to attack Yubel. We can attack past the Yubel monsters. Now, to get us into our consistency pieces, we play 2 copies of Warrior of Atlantis. Now, Warrior of Atlantis allows you to discard itself to add a Legendary Ocean from deck to hand. Another consistency piece would be Maiden of the Aqua. Now, Maiden of the Aqua allows us to, when she is on field, she is treated as Umi. Now, for a little more consistency and battle prowess, we play a Terra King Salmon. A lot of our abilities allow us to special summon a level 7 or lower normal monster, which in this case will be our Terra King Salmon. Moving on to our spells, we're playing our main, a Legendary Ocean. So a Legendary Ocean is necessary for the deck, so we do play 3 copies. The effect of this is, if this card's name is treated as Umi, reduce the level of all water monsters, both players' hands and on field by 1. This allows us to normal summon our Kairyu, which is perfect, trying to get it on the field to have that floodgate effect. Now, another card that is treated like Umi is Sea Stealth 2. Now, Sea Stealth 2 has the ability to... once again, this card becomes Umi while on field or in grave. Your opponent cannot target water monsters they control with non-water monster effects. So once again, this works perfectly with Kairyu, allowing them to only control one non-water monster. So, and if that monster does not target our opponent, it cannot target our monsters. For consistency, we're playing 3 Fish Sonar. So Fish Sonar is pretty much like the reinforcements of the army kind of card for us. So you could add a level 7 or lower monster from your deck to your hand that mentions Umi or is a water normal monster. Then if Umi is on field, you can special summon a water normal monster from your deck. This will be our Terra King Salmon if we control Umi. For more consistency, we're not drawing a lot in this deck, so we have the space to run Prosperity. Of course, Prosperity, banish 3 or 6 of your choice from your extra deck to draw, or reveal 3 or 6, and then you get to add 1 to hand. Of course, you lose out on drawing ability, but the deck doesn't have any. Once again, more consistency. 2 Foolish Burial Goods. Now, Foolish Burial Goods is going to send our Ice Barrier to the grave, which we'll get to here shortly. And our Ice Barrier will be able to add a monster. We run 1 Terraforming for a Legendary Ocean, so we're playing 4. Moving on to our trap cards, we're playing Sea Stealth Attack. Now, Sea Stealth Attack is necessary for the deck. The effect is, when this card is activated, you can activate 1 Umi from your hand or grave. So this works perfectly with Electric Jellyfish, because Electric Jellyfish will allow us to send Umi from deck to grave to special another water monster. While Umi is on field, this face-up card gains these effects. You can banish 1 monster from you control until the end phase. This turn, face-up spells and traps you control cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, even if this card leaves the field. So it's just back row protection, which is perfect for itself and Sea Stealth too, which are both continuous spells and traps respectively. And the secondary effect, at the start of the damage step, if a water monster whose original level is 5 or higher battles an opponent's monster, destroy that monster. So that works well with Kairyu and Terra King and Mega Fortress, just to remove monsters from your opponent's field. Now, one of I play is Kairyu's Dark Reef. Now, I don't find Kairyu's Dark Reef necessary for the deck, but it is fun to have, especially in more locals kind of setting. Its effect is, send 1 face-up Umi you control to the graveyard. Special summon up to 2 monsters with different names from your hand or deck that mention Umi or are water normal monsters in defense position. Then if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon any number of level 6 or lower normal monsters from your hand or deck until the end of this turn. Until the end of this next turn, after this resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except water monsters, which is fine because we don't run non-water monsters in this deck. And then for more consistency off of our Foolish Burial Goods, we play 2 Ice Barrier. You can banish this card to send a level 7 or lower water monster from your deck to your grave, and then add any water monster that's in your grave. And it also has its on-field effect to negate, well, not negate, but it changes your opponent's attack points to 0. It's just great for the deck in general. Now, hand traps aren't a big factor in this deck because of the limited amount of space. We want to be as consistent to get our end board. So we're going to play board breakers, and my favorite board breaker to play in this is Ultimate Slayer. Now, Ultimate Slayer has the ability to send from your extra deck a Fusion, Xyz, Link, Pendulum, all of the extra deck mechanics, and Pendulum to negate a monster on your opponent's field with the same. Like, if it's an Xyz, you can negate an Xyz. So we play targets for this, and we'll get to that when we get to the extra deck. Since we have so much extra deck space, we do play it. Another decent board breaker I like is Triple Tactics Talents, because you can also make this a consistency piece, or you can hand rip or take. So board breaking abilities are uncanny with this card. And our last board breaker, which we can also consider a hand trap, is Infinite Impermanence. Personally, my favorite hand trap or board breaker, because it's both, not just the one. Okay, moving into our extra deck. Of course, we have plenty of space for the extra deck, so we're going to play with 2 Toads. Of course, 2 Toads, how do we bring them out? 2 Bahamut Sharks. So 2 Bahamuts, 2 Toads, one brings out one probably brings out the next. We don't really get to go into the extra deck very much because we're trying to control our opponent's board, but if we ever do have extra space, we will play with that. We place an Abyss Dweller. Once again, it's just great. Floodgate the graveyard. And it has the ability to give us attack points. We play 2 of the Water Charmer Gentle. We don't get to play a lot of meta decks that are waters currently, unfortunately. But if we ever do get the opportunity, we have it in the extra deck, and we play it at 2, use it off of Prosperity to negate, or to be able to add something. This Starboy, because we have the space. Link it off, 2 waters, we gain attack. Now this is pretty cool because Sorcerer, she has the ability to, when this card or your monster this card points to inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you could gain that much life points, and then if you gain life points, you can make both players lose 1,000. So if you're able to hit for over 1,000, it's kind of an automatic go for it kind of effect. We've never gone into that once. And a Borrow Sword, because we have the space and it's probably getting bounced or banished off the Prosby. For our Ultimate Slayer targets, we play the Pack Pit. Pack Pit has the ability, if it's special summoned or sent to the grave, so sent to the grave off of Ultimate Slayer, it can or put one of our opponent's monsters on field into the spell and traps. Of course, this doesn't work for like facing the most competitive deck right now, currently, which is Snake Eyes. But other decks that don't have the ability to special summon from their spell and trap zone kind of lose to this card. Of course, we also have a bounce using the Golden Cloud Beast. It just, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can bounce a card from your opponent's field. We played 2 Entis because I couldn't find another target for fusions, but this works great. You just, if it's sent to grave, you can destroy a card on field. And then 1 Xyz target for the Ultimate Slayer. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 face-up card on the field and negate its effects until the end phase. So of course, I mean, off of Ultimate Slayer, the Xyz monster is already going to be negated, but we can now target a different monster on field using its effect when it's sent to the graveyard. So that's currently the deck list for Umi. Now Umi is definitely a control-based deck. It isn't combo. You're not getting combos off this with this deck, but getting this and your Electric Jellyfish while Umi is on field is incredibly good, because most of the time they're not playing water monsters, and this is going to be enough that negate. It's just going to be perfect. Alright, well, thank you for watching. I'm going to try to upload more consistently, putting more videos out of deck lists, combos, and if you want to see test hands for this deck, let me know in the comments below.